on the basketball court, her shooting, and pretty much her offensive dominance. But we have to admit the truth. And the truth of the matter is the Fever is a better basketball team when Caitlin Clark is healthy. Not only is that just my opinion, but the record shows it. When Caitlin Clark is healthy, the Fever was playing at 8-5. Without Caitlin Clark, they're sitting at 7-7. Now, that right there tells me that they're a better basketball team. Now, do things go?
Jeff Teague has sparked significant controversy following his remarks suggesting the Indiana Fever perform better without Caitlin Clark. The former NBA point guard statements have ignited heated discussions across basketball media and fan communities. A contentious discussion has emerged within basketball circles regarding Clark's impact on her team. Multiple voices in sports media have suggested that Indiana operates more effectively when their star rookie isn't on the court. While this perspective might appear valid from certain angles, the reality presents a more complex picture. Clark hasn't managed to participate in 6 straight games throughout this current season due to various issues.
Now, do things go a little smoother without Caitlin Clark? At times, yes. Caitlin Clark be causing a lot of turnovers. We all can admit that. But quite frankly, they're not a better basketball team without Caitlin Clark. Now, Yahoo Sports just put out this article pointing out all of these things I'm telling y'all right now earlier this morning. Let's get back to the basics and let's pull it up. Now, just like I told y'all, dog, this right here has been a growing debate online in regards to Caitlin Clark. And
however, when the talented guard remains available and physically prepared, the Fever transforms into a completely different squad. Kelsey Mitchell has undoubtedly delivered outstanding performances, showcasing exceptional decision-making abilities, accurate shooting, and impressive offensive control. Yet acknowledging these facts doesn't diminish the fundamental truth about team dynamics. Statistical evidence clearly demonstrates Indiana's superior performance when Clark participates. The team maintained an 8-5 record with their rookie sensation available, compared to a 7-7 standing during her absence. These numbers provide concrete proof of her value to the organization.
There's been a growing debate online in regards to Caitlin Clark, and I'm just tired of hearing it, man. I know Kelsey Mitchell been balling out, but guys, they're not a better basketball team without Caitlin Clark. Now, this article was released, I believe, a couple of days ago. It stated they ain't shooting no wild threes from half court. Jeff Teague claims that the Fever are a better team without Caitlin Clark. Now, we'll play the audio to that later on. We're going to skim past this. But the article goes on to say, Indiana.
Certain aspects of team play do appear smoother when Clark sits out games. The young player does contribute to turnover issues that affect overall team flow. Nevertheless, these temporary improvements don't translate into superior team performance over extended periods. Recent Yahoo Sports coverage highlighted these exact points, examining the ongoing debate surrounding Clark's role within the franchise. The discussion has grown tiresome for many observers who recognize the clear evidence of her importance. Teague made specific claims about the team's playing style, stating they avoid shooting wild threes from half court without Clark.
Audio to that later on. We're going to skim past this. But the article goes on to say, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark has changed the fortunes of the franchise. Indiana snapped a 7-year playoff drought during Caitlin Clark rookie season in 2024 and posted his first 500 win season since 2016. Now, I know there are going to be people saying that not only is the Fever better than, it's not only is the Fever better without Caitlin.
His audio commentary revealed deeper criticisms of the rookie's impact on team chemistry and performance outcomes. Clark's arrival fundamentally altered Indiana's trajectory as an organization. The franchise ended a 7-year playoff absence during her debut season in 2024, achieving their first winning record since 2016. These accomplishments speak directly to her transformative influence. Some analysts argue that Mitchell represents the team's most valuable player. However, if this assessment held true, Indiana would have reached playoff contention years before Clark's arrival.
Then, it's not only is the Fever better without Caitlin Clark, but Kelsey Mitchell was the best player on the team. If Kelsey Mitchell was the best player on the team, the Indiana Fever would have been to the playoffs long before last year. Long before last year. I am sorry. If Kelsey Mitchell was like that, they would have been to the playoffs. Why did they have to? Why did they have to come draft Caitlin Clark and make it to the playoffs? They would have made it to the playoffs 2023 because arguably that team in 23, you could say.
The franchise possessed quality players like Aliyah Boston in previous seasons, yet failed to achieve postseason success until the rookie joined their roster. The 2023 squad arguably had playoff potential with existing talent, yet couldn't secure a berth. This historical context undermines arguments about Mitchell's supremacy over Clark in terms of overall team impact. Former Atlanta Hawks star Teague expressed skepticism about the widespread excitement surrounding Clark. He acknowledged her basketball abilities while questioning whether her reputation matches her actual performance level. Additional controversial statements from Teague included more pointed criticisms of the rookie's playing style.
Team in 23, you could say it was a playoff contention team. You could say that. I just got to be honest here. You know, I'm just saying, Aliyah Boston was on the team. So all of this, Kelsey Mitchell is, you know, like that. She's like that, but she's not the best. Come on, bro. They would have been made it to the playoffs. This is not even an argument. It says, despite that, former Atlanta Hawks All-Star point guard Jeff Teague isn't buying the Caitlin Clark fever. According to Teague, Clark is a good basketball player, but she...
During recorded conversations, Teague made several inflammatory remarks. He suggested the team doesn't require Clark's presence, stating Mitchell could handle increased responsibilities effectively. When others praised Clark's potential as part of an elite backcourt partnership, Teague dismissed these assessments. The former NBA player criticized those promoting what he called the CC narrative, arguing that supporters overstate her capabilities. These comments directly contradict statistical evidence and team performance metrics that demonstrate Clark's positive influence. Most surprisingly, Teague declared he was starting a Caitlin Clark hate train, representing perhaps his most controversial statement regarding the rookie sensation.
Clark fever. According to Teague, Clark is a good basketball player, but she isn't as good as she is portrayed. Now, he went on to say some other things, too, that I want to point out to you guys here as well. But let's listen to this right here, man.
Q is through the roof.
Yeah.
We don't need CC. Let me rock out.
That's why
I've been saying that. I ain't trying to start no riffraff, but that zero clean.
So let me hold it down.
Nah, she cold. And when CC's back healthy, that's the best backcourt in the W. See, he always trying to push this CC.
This declaration shocked many observers given his previous praise for the player. Teague's criticism focused heavily on Clark's shooting struggles, particularly her three-point attempts from extended range. Throughout her college career at Iowa, she built a reputation for exceptional long-distance shooting, including shots from the logo area. Her collegiate three-point percentage reached 37%, but WNBA competition has reduced this to 32%. This season presents even greater challenges, with Clark connecting on just 27% of her three-point attempts. Given that 53% of her total shot attempts come from beyond the arc, her overall field goal percentage sits at 36%.
The CC narrative. She good, but she not that good.
He's not pushing the narrative. These are facts, bro. Like, he's just stating the facts, and that's what gets me with a lot of these players and stuff. And like, I'm gonna play a collage after this of Jeff Teague pretty much saying at the beginning of the season, Caitlin Clark is the best, bro. She's gonna have stats like LeBron. What changed her tune? Caitlin Clark getting hurt changed everybody's tune.
She's healthy. The best backcourt in W. That's
As the second highest volume shooter on the team at 17% of total team attempts, her shooting difficulties do create challenges. ESPN analyst Carolyn Peck agrees with Teague's assessment that Indiana appears more dangerous without Clark on the floor. This perspective, while controversial, reflects genuine concerns about shooting efficiency and team rhythm. Despite shooting struggles, Clark's overall contributions remain substantial. She averages 16 points per game while distributing 8 assists, ranking second league-wide behind Alyssa Thomas with 9.4 assists per contest. Additionally, she contributes 5 rebounds and 1.6 steals per game.
I think this video, the Cat Copper video, is coming out first. I'm recording them one after the other. Right here. And where is it? This one here. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard somebody say in a press conference.
I mean, I don't understand. You know, like, she's a legend, and just all the things that she's done for the league.
I mean this when I say this. Duana Bonner has actually done nothing for the league. Like, she is a legend, but Duana Bonner has done nothing for the league.
Beyond statistical contributions, Clark brings intangible benefits that don't appear in box scores. Her presence changes game flow significantly as she accelerates tempo and prefers fast-paced play combined with elite playmaking abilities. The team generates numerous easy transition opportunities because of her court vision and passing range. Her ability to deliver precise passes across half-court distances creates quarterback-like opportunities for teammates. When defenses focus extra attention on her three-point shooting threat, teammates benefit from reduced defensive pressure. These advantages rarely show up in traditional statistics, but significantly impact winning.
But Duana Bonner has done nothing for the league.
And just the disrespect, I can't get down with it. They booed her. She didn't say a word to the crowd. People talk some trash to her, but we had her back. But it's just very distasteful for what their fan base is doing. As far as when it comes to DB, because it's just like she's just sweet as soul. And the situation didn't work for her, and that's just not what she wanted or what.
The record comparison remains telling 8-5 with Clark versus 7-5, 7 without her participation. While only a 2-game difference separates these records, the trend clearly favors Indiana's performance with their rookie star available. Teague's recent criticisms represent a dramatic shift from his earlier assessments. In previous statements from November, he described Clark as a one-trick pony who couldn't effectively drive left and relied primarily on step-back jumpers from that direction while driving right. He suggested opponents had figured her out and questioned her adaptability. However, these recent negative comments starkly contrast with Teague's praise from May.
That's just not what she wanted or whatever, but
she quit on the team, refused trades because she would only play for one team, demanded a buyout, then told all the teams that could have claimed her off waivers, which could have really helped out the Indiana Fever. Had she been claimed off waivers, that would have just helped herself. She told teams not to claim her off waivers. All it is nonsense. All it is bullshit. But let's take a listen to what Aaliyah Boston said right here.
During that period, he called Clark the best ever and predicted her statistical achievements would rival LeBron James. He emphasized that her accomplishment of specific milestones in just 41 games, compared to others requiring 500 minor 700 games, demonstrated unprecedented excellence. Teague previously stated that nobody would break Clark's records and described her potential career statistics as historically significant. The dramatic reversal in his public statements raises questions about consistency in his evaluation process. The ongoing debate about Clark's value continues generating discussion across basketball media platforms. Statistical evidence and team performance metrics generally support her positive impact, despite legitimate concerns about shooting efficiency and turnover rates.
What is it like having Duana Bonner return to Indiana, and what were your thoughts on the fan reception tonight?
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix, and so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able to do.
Literally perfect.
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with me, first of all.
The contrast between team records with and without her participation provides the clearest indication of her importance to Indiana's success. Aaliyah Boston recently provided commentary regarding a situation involving the Indiana Fever fan base and their reaction to Duana Bonner's return. Boston delivered her response in what many consider an exemplary manner when addressing this controversial topic. The situation centers around how Fever supporters responded when Bonner appeared at their venue. The crowd's reaction was notably hostile, with fans expressing their displeasure audibly. This behavior stems from the circumstances surrounding Bonner's departure from the organization.
It's very different than we don't condone that. We don't like seeing that. Like, nothing about that. It was literally no negative things towards fans, which, they probably would have hoped that Aaliyah Boston called out the fans. Just, they had nothing to do with me. She doesn't want to get herself involved in the wrath of the old WNBA. They've already turned on Candace Parker and her. You don't want to make them turn on her even more. And those, you better believe, as toxic as people think.
Previously, another player had made statements defending Bonner during a media session, describing her as a legendary figure who contributed significantly to the league's development. However, this perspective overlooks important details about Bonner's actual impact and contributions to the sport's growth. The reality regarding Bonner's legacy presents a more complex picture. While she may hold veteran status, her tangible contributions to advancing the league remain questionable. The circumstances of her exit from Indiana created significant controversy and negative publicity.
Better believe, as toxic as people think Fever fans are, the old Reese fans are even worse. They're even worse.
I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix. And so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able to do.
Which is exactly right. The fans can do what they want to do. The fan chose to do what they want to do. That was simple as that. Nice and easy. Simple as that. Let's not say a negative thing, so that the fans did what the fans.
Bonner's departure involved several problematic elements. She essentially abandoned her commitment to the team, declining potential trade opportunities because she would only accept placement with one specific organization. She insisted on a contract buyout rather than honoring her existing agreement. Additionally, she allegedly discouraged other teams from claiming her through the waiver process, which could have provided Indiana with compensation or relief. Despite the crowd's negative reception, Bonner remained silent and did not address the audience directly.
Fans did what the fans did. She made her bed, she can lay in it, basically. That ain't nothing to do with me. Yeah. Love this response. Great response, great answer. Absolutely perfect. AKA, I'm glad they did. I don't think she cared whether or not they booed DeWanna Bonner. I think they don't. I genuinely mean this when I say this. I think the Fever players don't care about DeWanna Bonner. I legitimately think they could not care less if DeWanna Bonner was on.
Some spectators directed harsh comments toward her, though teammates reportedly supported her during the incident. The fanbase's behavior was characterized as inappropriate and disrespectful. When questioned about the situation, Boston provided a diplomatic response that avoided controversy while maintaining professional boundaries. The reporter inquired about Boston's thoughts on Bonner's return and the crowd's reaction during the game. Boston's response was measured and strategic.
They could not care less if DeWanna Bonner was on the team, was off the team. I think they knew a few games in advance that DeWanna Bonner had quit on the team. And I think it was probably a few games where that was probably a bit hard. I think DeWanna Bonner quitting on the team because obviously Caitlin Clark I'd say it probably hit Caitlin hard. I'd say it probably hit a couple of players hard because, you know, they were a big reason why DeWanna Bonner came in. I think it was a negative on the team. DeWanna Bonner fully quitting on the team.
She emphasized that the situation was not her concern or responsibility. She noted that Bonner's presence resulted from their scheduled matchup against Phoenix. The fans made their own choices regarding how to respond, but the team's focus remained on their performance and securing a victory, which they successfully accomplished. This answer demonstrates perfect media handling. Rather than criticizing the fan base or defending Bonner, Boston maintained neutrality while redirecting attention to basketball matters.